Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thank you for joining me once again on the Boxing News Today here on Talkin Fight. Courtesy of our friends over Boxing 247. It's a big weekend shaping up. We got the Hannah Rankin fight. We got the Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez fight to look forward to this weekend. But elsewhere, over in Las Vegas, we can't ignore the fact that Mikaela Mayer and Maeva Hamadouch are going at it toe-to-toe. Tomorrow night, WBO Junior Lightweight World Champion Mikaela Mayer wants to make more history. Mayer will take on longtime IBF World Champion Maeva Hamadouch in a title unification tilt this Friday, this Friday at the theater in the Virgin Hotels, Las Vegas. This will be the first time a female world title bout has headlined a top rank on ESPN card since the most recent incarnation of the series debuted in July 2017. Mayer, who's 15-0 with 5 knockouts, ranked number 5 on ESPN.com's pound-for-pound list, is making the second defense of the title she won in October 2020. Hamadouch, who's 22-1 with 18 knockouts from France, has defended her 6th title 6 times and is unbeaten since the 2015 decision loss to Belgian star Delphine Persoon. Before Mayer enters the ring, by the way, she'll be accompanied by the guitar legend Nita Strauss, who will perform Mayer's walkout song. Mayer and Strauss, it might be noted, were teenage bandmates in Leah Fail, a punk rock group that featured Mayer as its bassist. Anyway, at Wednesday's press conference, a couple days ago, was a little music, but a lot of talking. And this is what Bob Arum had to say. This is terrific for women's boxing. It's great that the best women in any weight class are facing each other. If we want to bring women's boxing to the forefront of the sport, we all should advocate for 3-minute rounds. If women's boxing wants to get more prominent position than it hasn't, but it should, in my opinion, it should be changed to 3-minute rounds. Why is there a difference in rounds between women's and men's boxing? He asks. We have to look at other sports. The one that comes to mind immediately is the one where women's participation is the same as men's. In professional tennis, women play a game, and it's the same point scoring as men. By keeping it at a 2-minute round, you're telling the world that women's boxing is different. If we are worried about health issues, do 3-minute rounds and regulate the number of rounds that women can fight. Mikaela Mayer, on her part, said, my mindset is that I'm here to challenge myself to the best of my ability in this fight and for the rest of my career. She's been a champion for 6 years, but in all that time, she didn't even push for a world title unification bout. I had to go out there and be very vocal and push hard to make this fight happen. This is the biggest fight of my career. This is my chance to show that I'm the best fighter in my division. Winning this fight and performing very well will put me as a top player in the division. One fight at a time, but since I became world champion, we're looking at big fights only. We know her style. She is right. She's aggressive. And I haven't faced someone as aggressive in my professional career, but I've faced plenty of styles as an amateur. We're prepared for it. If she thinks she's going to bully me, that will not be the case. Talking from experience, that extra minute could change a fight. You could have more knockouts and more finishes. Well, good luck to those two women later this evening, fighting on the same evening as Hannah Rankin. And let's see what else we got here. Some news out of Boxer. The opening matches are confirmed for Boxer Series in Liverpool, the super lightweight tournament. Out of Liverpool, England. The opening matches of this Saturday night Boxer Series Liverpool super lightweight tournament are now set, following a blind draw held today at the iconic Royal Liver Building in the heart of Liverpool's historic waterfront. A massive £100,000 prize money, the largest ever payout in UK boxing tournament history, is on the line for the winner, with 8 fired up and fiercely determined boxers representing Merseyside, Lancashire, Yorkshire, and the Midlands, set to battle it out. All 8 tournament participants were present for the draw, which aired live across the UK on Sky Sports. Names were drawn by Olympian and former Team GB member Natasha Jones, who had been announced as the latest signing to Boxer's world-class stable shortly before the draw began, which eliminates my next news item. The quarterfinal matches for the Boxer Series Liverpool Super Lightweight Tournament are as follows. Sean Dodd, 17-5-1 with 3 knockouts, going up against Corey Gibbs, 13-0 with 3 knockouts. Kane Gardner, 11-1 with 6 knockouts. He's going up against Nathan Bennett, 9-2 with 2 knockouts. Tom Farrell is 18-4 with 5 knockouts. He's going up against Ben Fields, 10-10 with 2 knockouts. And Lee Appleyard is going up toe-to-toe against Levi Kinciona out of Sheffield. Anyway, this Boxer Series Liverpool Super Lightweight Tournament takes place this Saturday, tomorrow night, November 6th, at Space M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool, and airs exclusively on Sky Sports from 8 p.m. That's probably over in UK time. So we look forward to seeing that. They're getting some news out of that at least. But I know we'll be watching the Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez fight. Anyway, that massive amount, 100,000 pounds of prize money, is the largest ever payout in boxing tournament history. And it's on the line. It's that's great news to hear. Boxing certainly on the upswing over in the UK. My next story was going to be about Natasha Jones signed to Boxer, but we've already said that in the last. I'll just read you what our friends over at Boxing 247 have said. Liverpool star announced as latest addition to world-class stable of female boxers, including Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields, and Caroline Dubois, signed exclusively to Boxer and Sky Sports Boxing. The press release reads, Boxer, the next generation boxing promotion, today announced the signing of British female boxing pioneer Natasha Jones, who's 9-2 with 7 knockouts, to an exclusive long-term promotional agreement. Born and raised in Liverpool, 2-time world title challenger Jonas had proudly represented her city and her country in the course of an outstanding career, which has seen her repeatedly set new records and raise the bar for British women's boxing. As a standout amateur, she won 5 national ABA championships and made history in 2009 by becoming the first female boxer to compete for GB Boxing, where her haul of medals included a 2010 gold medal in the inaugural GB Amateur Boxing Championships in front of her hometown fans at Liverpool Arena. The crowning glory of her amateur career came in 2012 when she made history for a second time by becoming the first female British boxer to compete at an Olympic Games, progressing easily to the quarterfinals before dropping a decision to eventual gold medal winner Katie Taylor, and sparking a rivalry which persists to this day. A professional since 2017, Jonas is the former WBA International Super Featherweight champion and has become a firm fan favorite. Her ferocious firepower from her southpaw stance earning her a 77% stoppage rate in her victories, thanks to explosive power. For more on Natasha Jones, please hop along to boxing247.com and check out that article on her and her signing to Boxer. The undercard for the Joseph Parker-Derek Chisora fight is shaping up. We see that Joshua Buatsi will face former world title challenger Maxim Vlasov on the undercard of the Joseph Parker huge rematch with Derek Chisora at the AO Arena in Manchester, December 18th. Buatsi, who's 15-0 with 13 knockouts, scored his 10th knockout in a row when he stopped Latvia's Ricardo Bolotniks in the 11th round of their WBA light heavyweight world title eliminator on the third and final week of Matt Shroom's fight camp in August. Russia's Vlasov, for his point, is 45-4, 26 knockouts, dropped a controversial 12-round majority decision to USA's Joe Smith in a challenge for the vacant WBO light heavyweight world title earlier this year, and the former interim cruiserweight world title challenger is determined to bounce back by becoming the first man to defeat Buatsi. Also on the card, undefeated new maiden super middleweight talent Lerone Richards looks to build on his impressive EBU European title win against Giovanni De Carlos in May when he takes on unbeaten IBO 168-pound world champion Carlos Gongora. Little Lever's meat cleaver Jack Cullen, who's 20-2-1 with 9 knockouts, returns to the scene of his fight of the year contender with Felix Cash back in 2019 as he clashes with Germany's Emre Kuker, who's 17-1 with 3 knockouts for the vacant EBU European super middleweight crown following his win over Ivni Yildirim in July. Manchester super featherweight contender Zelfa Barrett, who's 26-1 with 16 knockouts, hopes to make it 3 wins from 3 fights in 2021 as he meets Australia's Bruno the Terminator Tarimo, who's 26-2-2 with 5 knockouts in a final eliminator for the IBF world title. Derby super lightweight prospect Sandy Ryan, who's 2-0 with one knockout, is out to impress again as after her vicious body shot knockout win over Alexandra Vujovic last month in Italy. Unbeaten cruiserweight Jordan Troublesome Thompson, 11-0 with 9 knockouts, looks for another big KO in his home city. New Zealand cruiserweight David Nakia, who's 1-0 with 1 knockout, fights in the UK for the first time. And Anthony Crolla-trained lightweight Rihanna Dixon, who's 3-0, returns to action. Woo! What a card. Gervonta Davis now faces Isaiah Cruz on December 5th at the Romero pullout, reads the headline. Gervonta Tank Davis will fight Isaiah Cruz on December 5th to defend his WBA lightweight title. The bout will take place at the legendary Staples Center in Los Angeles and will put 2 great young lightweight fighters face to face. Initially, Davis was scheduled to face Rolando Romero, but several problems with his opponent forced a change several weeks in advance, and now Pitbull Cruz enters the game, a very interesting opponent who is very hungry to dethrone Gervonta. The 26-year-old American is coming off a masterful performance at 140 pounds. Last June 26, he scored a technical knockout over Mario Barrios to be crowned in the division. Now he will return to the former division, and the public expects to see more of him and his spectacular boxing. Cruz is 23 years old, a tough, strong Mexican who fights with a lot of aggression. The Mexico City native has good victories over opponents such as Diego Magdaleno, Francisco Bandido Vargas, among others. It will be a nice clash of styles and a great fight at 135 pounds. Gervonta is undefeated in 25 fights, 24 of them won by knockout, while Cruz has 22 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, and 15 knockouts. Indeed, that is shaping up to be a great fight and a great card. Elsewhere, we see that Nonito Donaire is facing Raimert Gaballo in a world title defense on December 11th. And this is going to be held in Carson, California. Bantamweight champion of the World Boxing Council, the Filipino Nonito Donaire, will face the interim champion of the division and also Filipino Raimert Gaballo on December 11th at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Donaire, who's 41-6 with 27 knockouts, reinvigorated his career with a move back to bantamweight in 2018, entering the World Boxing Super Series and defeating Ryan Burnett in his first fight, then knocking out Stephen Young in April 2019 in the semifinal. He lost a great battle against the Japanese Naoya Inoue in November 2019 in the final of the tournament. This year, Donaire remarkably became the oldest bantamweight champion at age 38, defeating Nordine Kubeli in 4 rounds to win the WBC green and gold belt. Gaballo, who's undefeated, 24-0 with 20 knockouts, replaced Donaire in December 2020 in a fight against Emmanuel Rodriguez, which he won in a close decision. Wow, so there's a good fight lined up for us. Let's end up with a bit of news, final press conference quotes from the Canelo Caleb Plant press conference at the MGM Grand. Have a quick read, see if there's anything worthy here. Saul Canelo Alvarez, WBC, WBA, WBO Unified Super Middleweight Champion, and undefeated IBF champion Caleb Sweethands Plant will face off this Saturday night. And keep in mind, our boys Mike Gore at 4 and Cedric Ben will be doing their live match fight commentary on talkinfight.com. And they'll be going toe-to-toe with the announcers at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Anyway, let's have a quick look here and see what Canelo Alvarez has to say. The fact that I can make history this weekend along with Formula One driver Sergio Checo Perez is very motivating for me. My goal is to make this an unbelievable weekend for Mexico. My emotions are under control. I'm excited for the fight. Of course, I'm excited to become the undisputed champion and to make history. That's what I want. But I can remain calm because this is what I want to do. Only 5 male fighters in the history of boxing have accomplished becoming undisputed champion. I want to be the 6th. That's the only thing on my mind. You're going to want to tune into this fight. This fight is going to be history. You're going to be witnessing something that you're going to remember for a long time. Caleb Plant, for his part, said, there's not much time left and not much left to say. Leading up to this fight, Canelo said that the Mexicans don't fuck around. That's good to know because where I'm from, we don't fuck around either. I have to get the job done by any means necessary. That's what me and my team have done so far to get to this point. Whether it's boxing or in life, I've gotten here by any means necessary. I had opportunities to bow out, and I haven't. I can't wait for the bell to ring Saturday. The way I see this fight turning out is Jimmy Lennon Jr. saying, the new, undisputed, and still undefeated. Canelo's had multiple close fights, but I believe the right people are in place to make the right decisions Saturday night. All I can focus on is the game plan and the job that needs to be done. People are going to say what they're going to say, but I get the final say, and I can't wait to prove everything in the ring. I can't focus on what other people say about me. If I listened to the doubters, I wouldn't even be here. I've been the underdog before. It's a place I like to be. I like people rooting against me. It gives me extra motivation. But when you're fighting for an undisputed status, you don't need much more motivation than that. Make sure you tune in. This isn't just the biggest fight of the year, but you're tuning in to witness history when I get crowned the undisputed super middleweight champion. Woo! That is going to be a great fight, and I hope you join us on talkinfight.com. Live commentary feed from Mike Orr and Cedric Ben. That'll be tomorrow night, Saturday night. And that's all the news fit to print. Thank you for joining me. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And see you on Monday.